Rex, and this is the 390 Punk Rock YouTube channel. Next to me, I got my co-host, Ricky Hard. Ricky, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
What kind of show do we have for us tonight?
We got an awesome show. We got Wrecked here sitting with us, and a little later we're going to have the Whining Pussies.
All right. Yeah, what this channel is all about is bringing attention to the Southern California punk rock music scene. And we got a great show tonight and a great band here from Downey, California, Wrecked. We first met you guys where?
We were at a studio practicing, in a studio we used to practice at in Garden Grove, I believe, Garden Grove, Stanton. And we're in the room and we heard these dudes next to us playing, and we're like, what the fuck, dude? These guys sound pretty badass. And it was 390 next door, and basically just walked right into the room, fucking barged right into the room. I was like, dude, you guys are fucking bad. And it just went from there. And
I'll never forget, you guys actually had what? Bud Light?
Yeah, Bud Light's always with us.
That was not cool, by the way.
And
I see you guys graduated to, what is this stuff?
Stella?
Stella, okay. No, so one of the reasons why I wanted you guys to come here tonight, because in all honesty, okay, I believe you guys are by far one of the best punk bands in Southern California. And I'm not just blowing smoke. Okay, you guys are high octane, high energy, no fluff punk. So what I want to know is, because we never talked about this, where's your sound come from?
Our sound, our songs are all about growing up, living life, obstacles and challenges we face while we're growing up. A lot of them are the dope history that I have done personally. Can't speak for everyone else unless they want to admit it. But got some government songs and just about life in general.
Dude, I think it's like a freedom of expression. You know what I mean? Like we all have our own different opinions about everything, and the way we come off, we it's our energy flow. You know, we just exert our energy and what we think, and the shit that we've gone through, and all the stuff that we have dealt with. You know, that's my personal opinion.
And it shows in your guys' music. I think there is a level of sincerity that comes out in your music. I mean, we saw you guys in Vegas at the Double Down. I mean, it was an incredible show. It was just nonstop energy. It was just fantastic. And I the sense that I got was it's just that it was genuine. You know, it was just coming from the heart and your personal experiences, like Chris and you were talking about. So what? In addition to that, what are other influences for you guys? And where do your influences come from musically come from? What kind of bands that have influenced you guys?
Probably a lot of the hardcore punk. I'd say for Wrecked, you know, we when I first joined, it was a little bit more rock oriented punk, and then we all kind of put that vibe with like more of a hardcore vibe when we all started writing together. And I'd say it's like band, you know, like musically any riffs I've brought to the table would be kind of DRI, kind of RKL, kind of Circle Jerks kind of influence, but yet not being so much of like all the other bands that are trying to do that. It's kind of being like, you know, they said individuality, being individual, and it's kind of just what comes out. And what we love is just music in general, all aspects.
Well, you definitely don't sound like any of those bands. You don't sound like any particular band. You have your own sound, which is always, you know, the sign of a great band that's developed their own sound.
You guys mentioned about, you know, just being yourselves. I think that's a key part of punk, being yourselves. So if we could just kind of go down the row here, I'd like to know, what is punk to you? Start with James.
Well, first of all, I mean, you got to be yourself. Punk it's a hardened life. You can't take anything personally. Fuck it, you know what I mean? Just fuck it, basically. Go with the flow. You got to feel it, you know what I mean? Like Crispy said, when he first started this band, he brought a lot of different dynamics to it, and as a punk drummer, he brought so much to the table, and we ventured from there, and we communicate with our instruments, and being able to communicate and be a punk band that people like and listen to, I love it.
Punk, it's kind of, I don't know anymore. I guess it's just a way of life. It's just what I've, you know, grown up doing and playing, and my drive for this band and all the other bands I play with is just, it's like a big community, you know. like it used to be younger, it was more of a political thing. You know, it was like, you know, I didn't like what was going on in politics, but as I got older, I still don't. But it became more of a foundation for my life, you know, and just the whole music in general. It's more community.
Well, what's that foundation? What do you mean?
Like just like like just like my whole life being evolved around music and punk rock and other kind of styles, but you know, mainly like punk, you know. So that's for me.
Johnny?
Yeah, for me, it's like a freedom of expression, man. You can express, you know, your own way of life and how shit comes to you and how you got to deal with everything. And it's just raw aggression, man. You it's a freedom to express your aggression. When you know, when you're on stage, man, and you exert that energy and you feed off that, and the crowd responds to you, and other people respond to you, man, there's nothing better than that. You know what I mean?
It's almost like
it's
just leave me alone type
freedom
of mentality.
speech, dude. Yeah, like that. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll base the same thing. I mean, as far as expression goes and getting your message across, to me is what punk's about. When you could be on stage and deliver a message, and like you said, when the crowd's feeling it, you guys know, it builds you up. When the crowd's out there feeling it, it builds you up. You play a much better show. It sounds better. You're more into it. It's all real. It's the rawness. It's the rawness of it, right? I mean, the expression you feel, the way to get your message across, that's punk to me.
So just hold that thought, Chris. And so start with you. How does punk differ today than say it did when you guys were probably first started, probably the late 80s, early 90s? You know, how is it different today than say it did back then?
Well, we could bring up the Dickies situation lately. I don't know if you guys are up on that, but you know, you got these millennials that are think they know punk, they dress the part, they act the part, but they get their feelings hurt. Punk's not about getting your feelings hurt. Punk's about how you feel and deal with it, and the problem with our government and the drugs and everything, the issues of life. I mean, why are you going to get your feelings hurt if you're at a punk show? Don't go to a punk show. That's my difference between then and now.
Very good.
Yeah, man. Generation X, back in the day, you know. Yeah. William Broad. Hey, that was good shit, man. Come on. And the circle jerks, you know. I mean, it's just, like I said, it's raw expression, you know. You put it out there, and, you know, people take from it what they do, man.
I think in today it's more accepted than it was, you know, which is a good thing and a bad thing. It's good to see more bands, and it's good to see more venues accepting it in, you know. There was times where punk was doing real well, and then if there was a time period where bands weren't able to play because the venues wouldn't allow punk bands. So, but then because it is accepted easier, it makes a lot of douchey people get involved in the scene, you know, and then you get a lot of people, you know, that like the whole thing with the Dickies, everything's like PC now, you know, and if you're gonna be in a punk band or be involved in punk at all, you should understand it's, you know, not about getting your feelings hurt. So it's just more accepted now, I think. That's my opinion.
I'm interested because we never talked about this. I want to know how you four guys came together and you know, met, and how this band was formed.
Oh shit, that's a good one right there. We started from Los Alamitos. I was born and raised in Anaheim, but moved into Los Alamitos about 12 years ago, and I met Chris. Actually, before I met Chris, I met John through his uncle, basically, and I told his uncle that, hey, I'm a drummer, and he's like, my nephew, he's a guitar player. And I hit up John, and for months and months, let's get a band going. Well, on the side of that, I lived in Los Alamitos down on Farquhar, right by the military base, and I seen Chris and his brother one day. I played baseball, and they were getting in their car getting ready to go to a fucking softball game. I was like, you guys play ball? Like, yeah, you know, we play ball. Long story short, we got together, played ball. Come to find out, Chris sings, his brother plays guitar, and we started a band called Recreational Use. And John, living down the alley, heard us playing in the alley, and we just fucking collaborated and got things going. And we knew Crispy. He's been in bands. Shit, I used to go watch him play with Justified Anger fucking long time ago, dude. You know what I mean? So, and then just once we started getting in the punk scene and the circuit, and met up with Crispy, and that's how it went for me. That's how I met these dudes. Great day.
Yeah, I originally met, let's see here, through the Idiots. Mac, a good friend of mine at the Doll Hut, he was like, hey, Chris, there's this band, the Idiots, and they need a drummer. And I'm like, dude, I'm already like 10 bands deep. And he's all, they're really cool dudes, man. Give it a shot, dude. And I'm like, you know what, dude? I talked to him, and yeah, I wasn't like, no. Yeah, and I was doing a lot. And so I went down, Doug, hit up Doug. Yeah, Doug hit me up. We started talking, and I came down to practice, and I walked in with some sticks and came in, and I was like, this is pretty cool shit. John was really cool, and at the time, and James was the previous drummer of the Idiots, and it's crazy how we all just ended up playing, and then things with the Idiots disbanded, got back together and stuff, and I ended up jamming with John, and we have a band Wrecked that we're all doing, and we need somebody to come in and fill in on a show, and we just started playing together, and that was that.
Yeah, dude.
But you came in and filled in on bass, not drums. So yeah, I know. Your guitar's in some bands, sing in other bands, your drums in other bands.
Yeah, this guy's a wizard, bro. He plays everything.
Yeah, it's amazing.
He plays everything. It's crazy. Yeah, it's the same thing, man. Hey.
Yeah.
James basically laid it down. That's how we started, man. We started in an alley in La Salle, dude. A few years back.
I know.
Yeah.
So do you have new material you're working on right now? You got a new album coming out? A new CD?
We've have some new material we've been working on. Kind of been in and out of the studio a little bit, missing some things, but as far as recording, yeah, we're kind of in between right now.
How about shows? You got shows coming up?
Yes, we're playing with the Vibrators on September 9th. It's their final tour, their final show.
Where's that at?
At Diego's in Santa Ana. It's supposed to be at Diego's. They might change it to the Yost. They've already sold too many tickets. So
Yost?
Yeah.
You guys are moving up. If somebody want to check you guys out, where can they find you?
We're on Facebook. Just scan @D. @D, and we're on Facebook. Reverb Nation, you can see us there. You can look at their shirts. There's the advertisement there. Working on a webpage still. We'll get there soon enough.
Well, listen, guys, I think I can, on behalf of Eric and myself, we love you guys, okay? We can talk all night long. You guys are genuine. You're authentic. And that's what I like about you so much, okay? And
appreciate that.
No, totally. So we're going to wrap this up, okay? So if you guys have any parting comments you want to make, we'll pass the mic around. But we thank you so much for coming out tonight and just letting us share this time, okay?
Thank you guys for having us. 390 rocks. Keep it going.
Thanks again, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very much, and keep rock and roll and punk rock stuff.
And punk rock stuff. Thanks again. We're Wrecked. I'm James. This is Ron and Eric from 390. These guys are legit. Like I said, I've never walked into a studio room before in my life, and these guys fucking brought me in there. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't pay him for that. I swear to God. I told you 500 for that one. To punk rock, speak your fucking mind. No, exactly. No, you just speak your mind. That's punk rock. Speak your mind and fuck it.